I came home on a heavy, rainy night, the road in front of the house so dark it felt as if the entire street had been swallowed by something deep and hollow. When I opened the door, I saw my mother sitting motionless in the kitchen, the warm yellow light casting distorted shadows across her face. The strange thing was that she never stayed up late, and she certainly never sat still like a statue the way she did that night. When I greeted her, she slowly turned her head backward. She didn't turn her whole body, only her head, bending at an angle so unnatural that her neck made a faint cracking sound, like a joint forced beyond its limit. She smiled a too wide smile that almost reached her ears and said, "You're home. I've been waiting for you." The voice sounded exactly like hers, but just slightly too high, like a recording played at a faster speed. A chill rippled up my spine, but I tried to act normal. From that day on, she changed entirely. She barely ate, just touched food with her lips, and kept opening the fridge again and again as if looking for something else. She didn't sleep. Every night, I felt someone standing at my bedroom door. Sometimes I opened my eyes just slightly and saw her standing motionless like a mannequin, facing into my room, eyes never blinking, empty like those of an old porcelain doll. The things she said became uncanny. Some sentences were wrong, completely unlike her real habits, while others were repeated word for word in the exact same tone every single time, as though memorized. My suspicion grew until everything collapsed one night when I accidentally touched her shoulder. Her skin was cold like stone left in a freezer, and what terrified me most was that I couldn't feel a heartbeat. I jerked my hand back instantly, but she kept staring at me with those blank eyes, as if she didn't understand that she should react. I began noticing more. Her walk was stiff and jerky, her footsteps out of rhythm, and sometimes I saw her standing in front of the mirror for long stretches, mumbling as if practicing how to smile like the real mother. At night, everything unraveled. I heard sounds from her room near midnight. The door was slightly open, and inside, I heard faint rustling. I pushed the door, and my heart almost stopped. In the corner was a large sack tied tightly with rope. The sack moved, bumping weakly from inside. Trembling, I approached it and loosened the rope. When I opened it, I saw my real mother, skinny, disheveled, her mouth covered with tape, her eyes filled with a terror so deep the whites showed more than usual. She cried when she saw me, tears spilling down her cheeks as she shook her head frantically, as if begging me to run. I tore the tape off, and she whispered with a cracked, trembling voice, "That's not me, it copies people, it wants to replace me." Before I could ask anything else, the lights in the room flickered and died, plunging the entire house into thick darkness. The door behind me slowly clicked shut, the sound sharp like a lock being turned. A familiar voice spoke softly right behind me, close enough that I felt a faint breath. "My child, who are you talking to?" I turned. In the darkness stood a figure. When a thin line of hallway light slipped in, I saw its face. My mother's face, but warped, stretched as if the skin was pulled over a different bone structure. The lower jaw was too long, the eyelids pulled upward, and the corners of its mouth had torn so far they nearly reached its ears. Its eyes were completely white, no pupils. "You must stay with Mother," it said, its voice fragmented, as though stitched together from several audio clips. "Stay with Mother, forever." I grabbed the real Mother from the sack and pulled her up, the two of us sprinting down the hallway as the creature behind us snarled with a wet, guttural sound. I could feel its freezing breath on my neck, hear its bones crack with every step. We burst out of the house and didn't dare look back until we reached the end of the street. When the police arrived, the fake mother was gone, no footprints, no sign of forced entry, no trace of any creature. Only black handprints smeared across the walls and floors, like marks of burnt coal that could not be wiped away. Since that night, even though we moved somewhere far away, I hear a soft knocking at my door every night. 3 knocks, always 3. And a familiar voice whispering from outside, "My child, Mother's home." The detail that chills me the most isn't the voice. It's the fact that my real mother is asleep in my room every night, and the voice outside definitely isn't hers.